AITA for calling my coworker chunky after she repeatedly called me slim and made reference to my weight after I asked her multiple times not to. By you, MizzSashaFierce. That's got to be the best username we've had on the program so far. I have a female coworker who repeatedly calls me out regarding my weight. I'm female, 5'9", 115 pounds, and very thin. She is very overweight. All the time, she makes comments about my weight. She doesn't call me by my name. She calls me slim. And I even heard her say one time, "Go ask toothpick." She said stuff like, "You need some meat on your bones," and "You need to eat." I have only worked there 8 days. I've asked her very nicely to stop. Yesterday, I asked her to stop calling me slim again, and she basically said it's her mouth and she can say what she wants. Today, when she said, "Mornin' slim," I replied, "Mornin' chunky," and she got upset and actually started crying. Everybody here at work, 6 of us total, is saying I'm wrong and I should apologize because being called fat is, quote, different than being called skinny because being called skinny is a compliment. I said as long as she calls me slim, I will call her chunky, and now I'm the bad person? AITA, if I don't apologize, the owner-manager has completely ignored the situation, saying it's, quote, a high school issue and we should figure it out.
She's only been working there for 8 days, and this coworker's already roasting her. It's like, it'd be one thing if they were friends, but like it's hard enough being a new person at work and you're getting body shamed. Like that's not
right away.
Right.
It's been a week and a day, you monster. A lot of good details here. I do like that she's like morning slim. It's almost like got a weird politeness to it. Like top of the afternoon person who I relentlessly mock.
Exactly. I love pleasantries mixed with insults. You know what I mean? It's like, how's your girlfriend? Did she break up with you yet?
Also, the manager is like shockingly hands off here. He's just like, well, you know, what can I say? It's a high school issue. Solve it among yourselves, okay? Let me guess. Your peers are causing you irreparable harm? That's how high school works? That's how this workplace works. What do you want?
Yeah, now get out there and run some laps.
Come on, manager. Jump in a little bit. She also said she's 5'9" and 115 pounds and, quote, very slim.
Yeah, that's like saying I'm 400 pounds, 2 feet tall, somewhat heavy.
We got a lot of great comments on this in the Facebook group. Bronwyn Ariel Isaac writes, I think OP was super mistreated and the coworker sounds emotionally immature and shitty, but calling someone chunky is never the same as calling someone slim.
I disagree. Like, I understand that people are fat shamed much more than people are skinny shamed,
right.
But anytime someone's addressing your body, whether you're skinny or chunky or whatever, like that's still wrong.
Yeah, I can still see how it's hurtful. And like this girl is, honestly, she may really have weight issues. And a lot of commenters did say that because 5'9", 115, like I think I'm 5'8.5", but 6 foot on Tinder. And I weigh 170 pounds. So like, I mean, obviously I'm not a woman, but still that's like a huge difference. I mean, the lowest I've ever weighed is like 150 pounds and people were like, you're sick, Danny. You are sick. Sydney writes, not the asshole. Fat or any derivative is not an insult. I used to be a, quote, toothpick, but with some weight gain, I'm now medically overweight/fat. I feel good about myself regardless, and describing myself as such isn't negative.
I like that. And I feel like most people are technically medically overweight, especially in America. I feel like society might not call you fat, but like you probably are technically overweight because it's a pretty low bar. Have you seen those charts?
Yeah, well, technically overweight, but I don't agree with this notion that fat or any derivative is not an insult. That's not true at all. There's no need to call people fat. It absolutely is an insult.
What if you just have self-love? Like, what if you're BBW?
Well, yeah.
And you're clearly fat and you call yourself fat, but you're like, I'm beautiful, fat and beautiful.
Yeah, if that's your thing and that's your brand. But like, you can't just be like, well, I'm fine with being called fat, therefore you're fat. Not an insult. The question is whether or not calling someone skinny is the same. And I say it can be. And I think in OP's case, it was hurtful. And she said, stop hurting me. And this person repeatedly ignored her request. Alex Carter writes, once someone says something as flagrantly shitty as it's my mouth, I can say what I want, then it's game over. I'm glad she cried. Maybe she can learn something.
Wowza.
I think the fact that she said this quote, though, actually gives me a little bit of sympathy for her. Like, These are young people. They work at a freaking cupcake store. Like, why is this girl doing this? Because she's cripplingly insecure. And I think that's why part of me wanted to defend her a little bit, because this behavior is so out of control. It's so unproductive for her coworker. Look, anyone who walks around saying quotes like, it's my mouth, I can say what I want, like somebody else told them that. Like somebody hurt them. So I see a victim here to some extent. There's something to be said there. And I think that was the reason I kind of defended, I came at Submitter a little bit, because like she did make another girl cry. And that showed that she caused her more harm than she was being caused. So like that's kind of messed up. I think it was fair.
I don't think she went too far. She gave her several chances. She tried to talk to management. That didn't work, so she had to do something.
Couldn't she have done something else? Could she have been nice?
I don't think so. I think that's madness to expect someone to be bullied frequently and then just never snap. Like, unless you're like a perfect, amazing person, I don't see how you can do that.
I'm not saying she's an asshole. I'm just saying, is it really the case that she took the best possible route? Right? There was maybe a better move here.
I disagree. She said, hey, Chunky, which Chunky and Slim are pretty comparable in my opinion.
What if you kill them with kindness?
I don't think killing with kindness would work. The obese woman probably did not think that she was bullying. She probably thought it was like cute and fun or complimentary, but when she was told that it was bullying and it was uncomfortable, she didn't stop. So I kind of think maybe she thinks she wasn't wrong. So killing with kindness wouldn't work.
So you think if you brought, let's say this girl loves
coffee, like just bring
there
like
we go.
Nice
She
latte.
loves Starbs. She loves Starbies, and this girl had brought her Starbies. Hey, I brought you your favorite drink from Starbucks. What do you think Chunky would have done?
I really don't think it would make her stop, because I think she either thinks it's fun or she thinks it's not wrong, or maybe both.
I have to say, I think you're right. I was fantasizing about a world where niceness could help. Jamie writes, NTA, you asked her once nicely to stop, and she didn't. How is being skinny different than being fat? Like, I see their point, but not their point in trying to make you the bad guy. Sounds like she didn't like the bitter taste of her own medicine.
Eye for an eye, justice leaves the whole world blind, but, you know.
Oh, my God. I didn't know that was the whole phrase. You've been fighting me. You knew the whole phrase this whole time?
I knew it.
Eye for an eye leaves the whole world blind. Well, it also leaves a cupcake shop awkward, people. Katie writes, usually I'm all about defending fat folks' comfortability and recognition that skinny isn't negative in society like fat is, but you warned that person that they're already not cool comments were offensive, and they proceeded. I mean, that's the thing. She didn't just, she warned the girl, she told her, she really did everything.
It wasn't like it was the first time ever. Like, she said it once and then she snapped.
Right, right. This was not a one-strike rule.
Exactly.
I made this little meme. I thought it was kind of fun. You were the only one who liked it at first. I guess 2 other people liked it.
I'm just obsessed with this Drake meme in general. I think it's great.
You don't even like the content I put in. God, eye for an eye. I've been thinking about it a lot, because it's like, on the one hand, it is leaving the whole world blind, which is the idea that this is an old idea of justice. It's literally Old Testament justice. So it's like, it doesn't seem like a great way to do biz, but it's kind of satisfying and people kind of like it.
Yeah.
Like in the movie, we want to see the guy who gets his wife murdered. We want to see him murder the murderer of his wife. We're like, yeah, that's perfect.
It's not like he goes to the drug cartel like, look, I know you're going through some troubles right now.
Right.
You need to learn empathy.
I brought you Starbies. Who wants Starbies, El Chapo? Gets shot, assault rifle all down the chest. Lauren writes, not fucking different, and you are not the asshole. That's my all caps voice. I lost 20 pounds off my already small frame after my BF died. F the fact that skinny shaming doesn't seem as rude and insensitive as talking about someone being overweight. How about we agree that we simply don't comment on anyone's weight ever? And that was the most liked comment in our Facebook group. But then she wrote, also, go cry a river to Bruno Mars. He wrote a whole goddamn song about how much he loves chunky women. And I had to call her out like, how you going to be saying don't talk about anyone's weight? Oh, by the way, check out the Bruno Mars song. He loves the chunky women. James Breen, Jimmy, who hasn't sent me any paintball videos recently, writes, additionally, any sentiment regarding the idea that the chunky girl is more the victim is stupid. She started a fight and lost. And I love that phrase. She started a fight and lost. I think we're going to come back to that a lot, because people, if you lose a fight you started, people will not defend you.
Right, absolutely.
They will come for you.
They definitely will. And rightfully so, maybe.
Rightfully so. If you're picking fights, you better be ready to win. Sherry, not the asshole, especially if you told her several times to stop. Do not apologize. That's a little controversial.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not against apologizing. I think that could actually maybe mend fences. Like, hey,
right.
I'm sorry I made you cry, but think how you're feeling now is how you made me feel. I'm sorry.
it was hard to take devil's advocate against this, and people came at me on the group. I feel like you came at me for a bit. But I think what I've learned is there is empathy being taught in this situation. It's a rough way to do it, but it really might be the only way, because obviously this girl is kind of closed off to thinking about how Slim feels. So it's sort of the only way to be like, oh, you want to know how it feels to be called slim? I'm going to call you what you're insecure about. Now do you get it? Now do you understand? Because it's inside your own head. Sometimes the only way to get someone to walk in your shoes is to throw a shoe at them.
Yeah.
Can that be a catchy phrase? Not the asshole.